stage, Mike Carrion.
Well, huh? Busy start to the day. Busy start to the day. Sometimes in this life, in this world, you think like, hey man, we've been grinding hard. I'm a little tired. I'm a little tired. I don't know if I want to get after it today in the same way that I typically do. Like maybe we'll mail in an episode, right? And then the tweet gods just come and just fire out some goodness. I shouldn't say goodness. It's not, we shouldn't revel in that, but just some stuff. Some stuff came down today, as I'm sure everybody saw. Before we get into all of it, if it's your first time here, do me a favor, hit the subscribe, like the video. Let's get some more people up in here. And as we do, we got to see who do we have in the chat before we get going. Yeah, we got to gamble responsibly. Mazone up in here. Yeah, imagine if I get a knock on the door right there. We got Boston Base Jared's here, Matic Auto. We got Coachy Stark, Magi in the chat. We got Stubbs here. Who else? We got 3DK. Love to see it. Stands here. Too Generic. Maddie Harrison. Yeah, we got some Mafia ties. So what we're going to do today is obviously we'll start with the news, and then we will get into last night's NBA action. And then I think at the top of the hour, it looks like we'll get an update from the FBI. Excuse me. Wow, we try to do a voice and then that happens. Also, you know what's kind of crazy? And I hate to start with this before we get into the madness of it all, but look, I'm just going to share this tweet that I had. So Pablo, right? Pablo first. Pablo Torre finds out. Let's zoom in here. Let's zoom in if my browser will let me. Come on, broski. It wants me to relaunch. No, we can't relaunch. All right, let's blow this up a little bit. So Pablo tweeted out this morning at 7 a.m. breaking the Department of Justice is finally announcing something this morning at 10 a.m. that Pablo Torre finds out has long been anticipating: numerous arrests and illegal sports betting and poker game schemes. All right, so then we get word. From Mr. Sharania. Mr. Sharania over here. Let's go to Shams. So first was Miami Heat guard Terry Rozier was arrested early Thursday morning as part of an FBI sports betting gambling probe. Sources tell ESPN the Eastern District of New York and the FBI director will hold a press conference at 10 to announce. But then bang, Portland Trail Blazers coach Chauncey Billups also arrested by the FBI for alleged illegal gambling. Now, this is what we've got over here. This is what I wanted to share. Where is it? Yes, bang. All right. So just a reminder, Gilbert Arenas was arrested on charges of illegal poker games. And if you recall, there was some like ties to the mafia, maybe, right? Okay, I'm not trying to go out here and do this, but do we get a rat? Do we get a rat? Is Gilbert Arenas out there snitching? That was my first thought. If this is where it's going, if it is alleged, because it sounds like, at least for Chauncey, I don't know enough about the Scary Terry stuff, and maybe we'll get an updated thing at 10. But for the Chauncey stuff, it doesn't sound like he was betting on games or anything like that. But hey, here's the thing. A private poker game is nice, right? You don't want to, especially if you're Chauncey Billups, you got that gray beard that everybody's going to identify you with, right? Mr. Big Shot. You don't want to go to a casino. You don't want to grind out at the MGM, at the Aria. You don't want to be in those poker rooms. You want to go out there and you want to grind. You want to be able to kick back and enjoy yourself, right? So you do a private game. The problem you run into is when it's mafia related. I don't want to take a hard stance right now. Big fan of The Sopranos, right? I'm just saying, if you have the option of playing with the mafia or without the mafia, unless we're talking about the card game Mafia, which is also a lot of fun, I think I would do the without. Storm says, how does this affect the integrity of the game in relation to gambling, et cetera? Storm, that's a great question. And I mean, it does, like, I guess if this is just poker, like outside of like sports gambling, I don't know if it affects it like massively. But the problem we run into, and like, like for those that have watched my content for a while, like, listen, dude, I love sports gambling. I enjoy it quite a bit. I like fantasy sports. I like betting on games. I like it. I enjoy it. I think we do run into, like, the fact that it's making me a little uncomfortable right now should be like the red flag that we're all looking for, right? Where it does seem to be jammed down our throats a little bit. And now it's across sports too. So we have Jonte Porter banned for just telling people to bet on his unders. Well, he's like, oh, my eye. And then he takes himself out of the game. You got like the whole Cleveland Guardian bullpen, right? They all got booted. So it's just, ESPN's probably doing a segment right now that's telling you to do presented by ESPN Bet, right? So we do run into an issue of like, is anybody going to hold their feet to the fire? And Nick Rudman from Underdog tweeted out something that I thought was interesting. Mainly because his influencer was like the Underdog's biggest influencer is Gilbert Arenas. So it is kind of funny to have a take on it. But he did. I think this is a good point. This is a good point. Stan Love's out here talking about Jessica Chastain. You just love to see it. Rudman out here tweeted, compared to Goodell or Manfred, right? Baseball and NFL commissioners, really feels like Silver gets a free pass. Aspiration, gambling, new CBA sucks. I mean, to include the new CBA, like whatever. But I mean, I think Adam Silver is really at a crossroads, though, right? Like at some point. Oh wait, hold on. Is this the take right here? They just think it was like a by accident. They found out it was in the mafia. I don't know. Don't you think you just ask around a little bit, like, hey, who's running the game? I don't know. I do. I do. There's plenty of home games in because I'm out there on the felt. I'm in the poker streets that I don't participate in. But yeah, at some point, does Adam Silver have to it's just like Gilbert thing. That's because Gilbert was the snitch, baby. It's the same thing. That's my breaking news take, allegedly. But I do think at some point, right? Does Adam Silver have to do something? And then how about, like, at what point do we start questioning whatever the results of these investigations are going to be, right? So, like, say Adam Silver does come out here and says, like, hey, no big deal. No big deal. The aspiration thing was fine. At what point are we like, can we believe that, right? Because they investigated the Scary Terry thing and they found nothing. Now, maybe what they found was nothing related to sports betting. And so they, like, let that go, right? So they just let it go. But I don't know. It does seem to be, we are in this like danger zone. Also, like, let's talk about some of the NBA ramifications before we talk like big picture. Did the Miami Heat, you want to talk about bailouts? Also, Chauncey Billups. Shout out. Yeah, that joke was fed to me. Chauncey Billups. Anybody? Did the Miami Heat just get bailed out? They no longer have to pay the Terry contract. Is that what's going to be a result of all of this? How dare the Miami Heat profit off of this? They should have to eat the cash. Or give it to charity or something like that. Coach Starkholm saying 2023 game, Terry Rozier played for the Hornets. He left the game 10 minutes in. Yeah. Well, and so this ends up being the problem, right? Because we did this with the Malik Beasley stuff too. When Beasley was under investigation and then he wasn't and then he is and now he's not. Like, will they, won't they with Malik Beasley, right? So I don't know. Anytime something like this happens, we're just going to review every single thing, and we're going to be like, "Well, did you see that time that Terry like took a shot, but then he looked at the camera and he wanked?" Like, then I don't know, right? But you're right. We are going to be doing it. But anyways, now, and what does Portland do? Portland is now without a coach. Storm saying, "How does this affect their legacy? Which person's legacy? I don't know. How is anybody really trusting the? I mean, and no one's probably talking about nobody's really talking about Terry Rozier's legacy, right? Although I do have a Scary Terry shirt. I should have worn that. Shut up, man. I was Celtics legend, Scary Terry Rozier. But so what does Portland do? Portland, who had like a crazy great game last night against the Minnesota Timberwolves. Shout out Anthony Edwards. They're like, oh, you have the best defense in the league right now. Ant-Man said, nah, I'm good. And then went out there and cooked. But this Portland team, this young team, maybe a blessing. They bring in both Drew Holiday and Damian Lillard, these two vets who like awesome locker room guys. And now they're going to have to help like ease. I don't even know who the assistant coaches are over there in Portland. Just crazy stuff. Jay Blaze saying the NBA made it 2 days into the season without some kind of scandal. I know. And then there was a joke in the Discord, which, by the way, if you're not in the Discord, you want to come hang out. I think it was Power Duster, actually, who did it. I'll drop a link in the chat right now. Power Duster said this is just a distraction from the Epstein files. And I like that take. Or it's related. How about that? There was another comment here that why is Beasley not on a new team? The NBA is still currently investigating Malik Beasley. So even though he was like cleared, we think, from the DOJ, but again, I recommend everybody checking out Pablo's video, Pablo Torre's podcast about the Beasley stuff. It seems like maybe they just didn't. I don't know. And back to Power Duster 2, he says, I leave trusting anything coming out of this to the DOJ. Everything is a show. Just look at the timing. Yeah, I mean, the timing, you're right. The timing of it is all. We got Mattress Mac in the chat. Said Mike Weisberg, shout out to you for this channel wreck. Nobody's live on this. Even ESPN is still just talking about goddamn football. Mattress Mac, do you think everybody's talking about football because they're like, we can't talk about it's sports betting related? Here we go. KD saying, Tiago Splitter? Tiago Splitter is the assistant coach? I did not know that. Let's go. What would Silver have to do as a hardline stance? Penske, what do you recommend? Yeah, man. Listen. I don't know. Is it just weird that they arrested both of them on the same day, but Chauncey's not sports betting? Weird. Well, I wonder if Terry, again, because it's mafia related, right? And again, this is just speculative. Like, clearly, I don't know what I'm talking about, right? I don't even have makeup on my face. So this isn't like a real media show, right? You can see the blemishes. You can see that the camera's like a little bit crooked too, based on the photos in the back. So like, let's all know that I'm just kind of talking out the butt. My assumption of it would be that like maybe they are different in the sense that Terry's sports betting, Chauncey's this, but it's under the same mafioso umbrella, right? And if that's the case, then, and that again is why like the Chauncey thing, because you'd be like, what? It's poker games. Who cares? ABC is reporting that former player and coach Damon Jones was also arrested. Man, it keeps coming. And the way that Pablo was talking about it too, on the Twitter streets, it sounds like more names could keep coming. So, but back to Storm's question about the hard line, like, I don't know. What do you guys think Silver's response should be? I mean, I think a lot of people that tune into this show are like pro some of the sports gambling, right? So if they are like, is it something that it's like, we got to get rid of sports gambling? I don't know if that's the answer, but maybe the connection between the league and sports gambling is more of the red flag. Like, should every game be presented by DraftKings? Should DraftKings be all over the court? Should FanDuel be all over the court? Should Jamie Foxx just being like, I love the NBA, bet MGM, right? Where do we draw the lines on these things? And at the same time, and you see podcasts and you see so many different podcasts and shows that are sponsored by different betting companies because they have the money to go do it. They have the money to be like, and those creators need to accept money to live their lives. So I don't know. I don't know where you draw the line. I don't know where you draw the line because I don't think it's one of those things where you just ban it. Chris said also hilarious that yesterday the NCAA voted to allow athletes and employees to bet on pro sports. Holy crap. I did not even see that. See, like, to me, I don't know. Some of these things seem obvious. Like, hey, should we let college athletes bet on pro sports? No, not while you're playing. No, I like, because they see, they're like, hey, that's kind of fun. Hey, man, listen, UCLA's playing UNC tonight, and I go to Duke, and I play on Duke. Fuck UNC. I'm betting on UCLA, right? Like, you know how easy that slippery slope is? Yeah, I don't know. Gambling is a house of cards without new users. I mean, that's like everything, right? Shout out NBA Top Shot. Yeah, play the courtside. Which song did I miss there? Not financial advice. You're right. We got to play as we talk about gambling and getting money. We should do none of this is financial advice drop.
None of this is financial advice. Do what you love what you do. Something like that, right?
And yeah, it is. It's the biggest advertisement budgets by far. And, and all of the networks that just picked up the NBA, right? They also want money in for advertising, right? So, and the companies with the biggest budgets right now are the DraftKings, the FanDuel, all of that stuff. So, man, I don't know. I really don't know. And I imagine this is not going to be the end of it. Like, it feels like it's going to get worse before it gets better. I think the Jonte Porter thing, we're like, oh, is this happening a lot? All you have to do is get rid of like player prop for 7th and 8th men, right? Like, you shouldn't be able to bet on Chris Boucher. That's essentially what the response was to the Jonte Porter thing. But no, I think it's more than that. I think it is more than that. There probably needs to be more rules and regulations. Reminds me of like online poker back in the early 2000 or like 90s and 2000, well, early 2000s, excuse me, that there probably just needs to be some like rules and regulations. And, if the government's profiting off of it too, they also don't give a shit. Right. So that's the other thing. Yeah. It may just go away like the Epstein list. Yeah, maybe that's what, we got to update the thumbnail. Maybe this is a part of the Epstein list. Maybe they're connected. But it does sound like we're going to get some more names on this, man. It seems like there's going to be some more names. I mean, obviously, like if ABC just reported Damon Jones, I'm curious, like how far back this goes. But again, I like, Terry. I don't want to say Terry Rozier, whatever. He's an active NBA player, but the head coach of a team that honestly is trying to do it, to like make a jump this year. They have a bunch of young talent. They finished so strong last season, one of the best defensive teams out there. And then they come out. And I mean, I know they lost last night here. We can actually like go over to the box score and just like we can start with that Minnesota game. Shout out Ann Edwards and the Minnesota fans in the chat. But like they fought last night. That was a fun ass game. I caught the rest of it this morning because your boy went to sleep. We're on East Coast time, baby. But like the Timberwolves win at 118-114, but they had to outscore them by 11 in the fourth quarter to get there. Okay, here we go. Chris Mazzone said I've been reporting Jokic for horse betting for weeks. Honestly, I think horse betting is the only one that everyone should be allowed to vote on. That doesn't bother me at all. Everybody should be allowed to vote on horsies. All right. I don't know. Like if you cheated horsies, you cheated horsies. So, all right, let's keep going here. Let's keep going. All right. 118, 114. Oh, wait, hold on. They said right here. Dustin says any shot Dame steps in as a coach is Portland. I don't think so. I don't think we see him. I don't think we see him coach. I don't think you're allowed to right now. I think the collective bargaining agreement does not allow for coaching. I don't think you can do it. But anyways, like, yeah, look at this young team. 118-114 dub for the T-Wolves. Okay, Ant-Man. Look at Ant-Man. They said, oh, you're the best defensive team in the league. 5 for 10 from 3, 14 for 28. How about a 41-7 line? Also, the numbers didn't look great, but shout out Spicy Ragu. Dante DiVincenzo got the start at the point guard. Only played 20 minutes, though. He had a lot of turnovers, so maybe we don't see that again. Our guy Randall, 19-7-6. So good dub for them. This starting five of Kamara, Denny, Klingon, Drew, and Sharp. Denny led scores for the starters with 20, Jeremy Grant with 29. But yeah, man, this is going to be such a weird thing to follow. Again, and maybe it's not the biggest deal. Tiago Splitter steps in, but like, just imagine showing up to practice today, just showing up to practice and being like, holy shit, our coach got arrested. This sounds like it's on like a CW show, or like an afternoon. This is like an after school special, not to bet on sports. That is a great point. The Ime Udoka stuff, like, and when Ime's fine, man, he's like coaching the biggest team in basketball history right now. But yeah, like the Ime Udoka thing, and I'm not saying we shouldn't have made a deal about it. I still don't know what happened with the Ime stuff. I feel like I do so much Celtics content. At some point, I thought somebody would get in my ear and I'd get a clear understanding of what actually happened. I feel like nobody's talked about it in that. Yeah, whatever. I'm not even going to speculate, but yeah, and again, it just feels like we're gonna get more of this. This doesn't seem it feels like it's gonna get worse before it gets better. And I mean, Adam Silver really is at a crossroads right now where he's gonna have to make some hard stances. And I mean, like, I think it's probably easy. It's probably easy when Jonte Porter, who was like the 7th most famous Porter in the league, who was also playing in Canada at the time, to be like, hey, Jonte, you can't play anymore. You can't play anymore. It's like any sort of political crime drama where they like screw somebody up, like somebody gets caught and they're like, oh, that was the guy. That was the only guy doing it. We're okay now. But now, I mean, this is no joke. This is people getting arrested. And, one of them is a head coach of one of like the 30 professional basketball teams. Is it 30 or 32? I always forget it's 30. Let's go. Power Duster said, let's stay focused on what's actually at stake right now. Sports gambling low on the priority list. No, I mean that, yes. And I'm not saying we should talk about sports gambling more than like figuring out the Middle East. That's not what I'm saying here. I'm not saying that should be the priority. I'm not saying it should be the priority over the Epstein list. What I am saying is that here on the NBA bit, when that happens, that will be the thing that we talk about. But I'm with you. KD, listen, this is a weird thing to put in the chat, and this is what I will tell you, KD. I wouldn't put, I don't want to say, you say you want to know more about the 2025 Mafia. Don't say that out loud, though, because then then you're on their radar. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be on the Mafia's radar. Let somebody else put that there. I'm with you, though. Like, I do want to know, like, I imagine we're going to have to start to get some, like, more info on this, right? Because, Mafia's been, at least in my circles, my Armenian circles, Mafia's been a little quiet. Wait, should we do, this is a Ryan Russillo bit right here. Is the Mafia having a moment? That's what it feels like right now. That is what it feels like. Okay, chill, Storm. Storm in the chat just chilling out. Just wild stuff here. Hey, you guys want to do an NBA ticket giveaway? We get a lot of people here today. We don't normally just throw NBA tickets away like this, but it doesn't even matter where you're from unless you're not in let's Scary Terry. That's what we'll do. No matter where you are, as long as you have a basketball team somewhere near you, we're going to give away a pair of NBA tickets here. All you got to do right now, just like this stream. If you haven't liked it already, you need to subscribe to the channel, and then you're going to put hashtag Scary Terry into the chat. And we'll give away a pair of NBA tickets here today. If you win, we'll make sure we connect, and I'll hook you up with those. But yeah, like the stream, subscribe to the channel, put hashtag Scary Terry. Know we get some new people here today. Appreciate you guys hanging out. So let's give away a pair of NBA ticks. And who knows? Maybe I think one of the rules here is if you win, you got to put in a parlay, just to stay on brand, to stay on the betting brand. If you win, you got to put together a parlay for us. But man, again, I said this at the top of the show. Sometimes it feels like you're having a slow morning. Oh, we got big ticket in the chat. Let's go. Sometimes it's a slow morning, right? And you're like, I'm tired. I don't want to do this. And then Shams just gives us gold here. Also, guys, we got to go back to this. Did Gil really snitch? Is that really what happened? Is that really did Gil finding out? Is that what happened? Edging for Edgecombe. Yeah, dude. Maybe this is why I'm happy we did this, is because VJ Edgecombe just destroyed the Celtics last night. Celtics backcourt gave up 74 points. 74 points. We were out here wondering, who's going to guard Embiid? Also, hey, listen, Embiid can't jump. Nah, KD, I hope not. I love KD, man. I hope he's not next. I hope KD's not next. Wait, we only have 17 entrants. Guys, we're giving away some tickets here. Let's get in there. Wait, hold on. Maybe it just didn't update. No, it says we only have 17. Scary Terry, get that. I feel like we had more than 17 come in. Make sure you do it. We're going to give away a pair of NBA tickets up here. He literally stopped scoring at only 2 points. All right, you want to talk about that real quick, Questfire? You want to know why he stopped scoring? He stopped scoring because they don't have a point guard. They need a point guard. Houston needs a point guard. Power Duster said, damn, and now burying the chat with the giveaways. Gilbert did say, he publicly stated, Underdog Zone. Gilbert Arenas said he did snitch. So that's tough. That's a tough scene. But wait, no, they don't have a point guard, bro. They don't. That's why Katie didn't score, because they don't have anybody to give him the ball. Reed Shepard was not a point guard. Amon Thompson was cramping up. They didn't know how to get it to him. They need a point guard. They need a point guard up in there. All right, let's see. Are they okay? It's coming in now. The chat's coming in now with this giveaway. Yeah, excited to give away a pair of NBA tickets. Maybe we should we build a little parlay here, a little quick picks over on Splash Sports. You guys want to do that while I let the chat get in there again in honor of sports betting. Why did it show this? All right, continue. Let's find some picks here tonight for the NBA. Also, there's a link in the show notes to sign up for Splash Sports if you haven't done so yet. Nothing like a gambling investigation to be like, hey, what about gambling though? Mavs don't have a point guard either. Yeah, I mean, who would have guessed? Starting, dude. How about Wembanyama though? Wembanyama last night was crazy. That little pump fake he put on. That little pump fake he put on PJ and then just turned around, slammed it down. You heard that Joel Embiid bet his unders last night, dude. He can't jump anymore. He can't jump anymore. No, we can't do 2 sets. I wish we could, but we just gave out some. If you missed it on Tuesday, we did a 7-hour live stream to celebrate the start of the NBA season. We had a lot of fun people come on the show too. We had our guy Yaron Weitzman, a lot of fun people. Wemby is a creative player, dude. Wemby is crazy. Wemby is crazy. All right, hit me with your favorite picks tonight. What's gonna be our pick six? We only got 2 games, right? They tease us, man. They tease us. We have like 45 basketball games last night, only 2 tonight. Makes me sad. I want more games. All right, let's go. What do we have? SG, we got OKC against Indiana. So this is the new look Pacers. And then the Nuggets are balling out tonight. How about Benny Math over 18.5? I think Benny's going to cook. I think Benny Math is going to cook in this Pacers team. They gotta. The Rockets like 4 to 5 times not knowing who's supposed to be getting the inbound after giving up a bucket tells you how important a point guard is. Yeah. Remember, I think they're actually going to be better without Fred VanVleet. Get out of here. Math over 18.5. Let's do that. What do we got for Jokic? What's some Jokic stuff? I'm excited for this Denver game. I can tell I'm locked in on the NFL now. I don't even know who's playing football tonight. I don't. You got some Neesmith overs? What's Neesmith? 13.5? I always get nervous taking points together, but let's just say they score, especially against OKC. Although OKC's got some injury stuff, right? They got, I think, like Lou Dort's questionable. Who else was questionable? Dort report. Who else? Yeah. Hey guys, don't forget too. Shout out to Cleveland Transportation Pro. Love to see it. Just put hashtag Scary Terry. We're going to be giving away. What's it called? A pair of NBA tickets this morning, which is dope as hell. What did regulators say? Speaking of criminal activity, are you going to discuss the new Top Shot roadmap? No, we're not going to be doing Top Shot this morning. Oh, Wallace Q tag. There it is. Wallace Q tag. I thought there was Dort. I thought Dort had one too, but maybe not. Let's go look at Denver. I think Jamal Murray is going to score a bunch of points tonight. Jamal Murray against Golden State. Who's staying in front of Jamal? That's an easy dub. Also, I kind of like Pajemski overs today, and you want to know why? Denver said they're going to roll out a lot of zone today or this season, that Denver's rolling out a lot of zone. How do you feel about Pod God? Can we get some Pajemski threes? Let's see what we got for 3-point makes. How about no? There's no Pajemski, of course. They just know. They know. I kind of like Pajemski threes. Also, Steph didn't have a great shooting night first night. Maybe he chucks. Maybe we just give Steph threes. Jalen in the chat says people online joking around saying Anthony cooked them dudes so bad last night they called the feds. That's great. Yeah, man, he was awesome. All right, we'll come back to this. Let's give away those NBA tickets now, huh? You guys want to do that right now? Let's give it away. How many entrants did we end up with in this giveaway? This is a pretty good shot at winning it. How is there only 25? This feels wrong. Are you guys doing it right? This feels like it didn't work. I feel like there was more than 25 in there, no? It feels like there was more than 25. Make sure you did it right. Hashtag Scary Terry, 2 R's, because it feels like I saw more in there. Anyways, we're going to give away a pair of NBA tickets. Courtside said on the gambling side, I've cashed my first 3 daily underdog drafts to start the season, and the first was the 8th place. Dude, that's great, Courtside. I tell you what, your boy got absolutely washed last night. We got absolutely washed. All right, it seems like some more are coming in. Maybe that's what it was. How about a betting pool? Who gets arrested next? Oh, man. Come on, regulator. I love that we're 30 minutes in and we barely talked about last night's NBA action. That's how you know we are so back, baby. We are so freaking back. God, I keep going back to what somebody said that in the chat. I think it was regulator or courtside. Somebody was like, it's been 2 days since the last NBA scandal or something. And not to tie this back into Kawhi and the Clippers, but I just like, does anybody have confidence that Adam Silver is going to do anything with this? Like, how many investigations are they going to do incorrectly before, like at what point do you stop trusting the man? And maybe that was on us forever trusting that they were doing it. But the league is at such a weird point, right? Where they need the gambling because they need that money to come in for sponsorships. Just the same way that Silver needs Ballmer. Ballmer built like, one of the most fan-friendly arenas of all time. It's cost-friendly, right? Also, yeah, dude, the Jazz absolutely whooped the Clippers last night. Whooped them. All right, let's give away this pair of tickets. Here we go. Let's see who's going to take it down. Come on. Winner. Nah. Oh, it's Mattress Mac. Mattress Mac with the W. Mattress Mac. Mattress Mac, listen. I'm on Twitter. I'm gonna put my username in the chat. It's Mike Zakarian. Just send me a DM and we'll hook you up with those tickets, baby. And also, if it's your first time hanging out, what a W if it is. But good W. Yeah, Steven, you were close, bro. You were close. Courtside was close. It was tough. But back to your comment, man. Yeah, Silver's tenure has been sort of defined by capitulation. I know. And like, some really impressive stuff that he did, like the Clippers situation where they got rid of what's his name? I don't know why I can't remember his name. But that was like the beginning of his run, right? And at what point are we like, hey man, congrats on getting the guy that said crazy racist stuff out the league? Like, yeah, good job. I mean, thank you for doing your job. Like, that is your job. That is like the thing, like that. The lowest bar of success was getting rid of Donald Sterling. And then the bubble. Listen, the fact that he made the bubble happen, and without the bubble, I'm not doing this today. So the bubble is what got me started streaming. So I want to give the guy, he gets some love there. But since then, I mean, the gambling stuff has been crazy, like the way that he's handled some of this. And now, this aspiration thing, I mean, it's real. Like, it is real. And I don't know. I don't know how they come back from this. But what we should do now, let's bounce around the league. Let's talk about last night's action. And then at the top of the hour, we should get some more updates. The FBI, we should hear from our FBI director, Lord and Savior, about the arrest and maybe if there's more to come. And then hopefully Pablo's got some stuff coming too. Because we got a new tweet from Shams. Let's see what this is. Oh, it's just a photo of him. And then maybe we get some more Mafia stuff. So NBA bid is a pandemic, baby. Yeah, that's how the 89 Cavs started. Dude, Power Duster just out here power chatting. You love to see it. He says franchise valuations going up and media deal in place. He's good. He works for the owners, not the fanboys. No, yeah, you're right. You make sure that the owners are happy. That's his boss. I would just say, I don't know. I would just say like that's who am I to consider ethics and morals? You're right. Who am I? Let's bounce around the league a little bit. Let's have some fun. Mattress Mac, don't forget to hit me up. And if you have trouble, you guys can also join the Discord too, which I'll drop a link to that in there as well. And then I should mention too, just to plug some other shit before we get into the hoops. If you're not following our fantasy sports channel where we talk about sports betting and fantasy sports, go check that out. It's called Elite Fantasy Hoops, or at least I can't remember what it's called. Elite Fantasy Sports with Mike Zakarian. I'll drop a link in there. We're going to go live there a little bit later this afternoon too. P stored in the balls. Thank you, Boston Base. Huge super chat right there. Huge super chat. $2, one for each ball. Let's go into last night's action. We talked Timberwolves and now the coachless Blazers, but let's do the Celtics Sixers quickly, just because I want to give some VJ Edgecombe love. Dude, VJ Edgecombe is the truth. I am so jealous. That the Sixers have VJ Edgecombe. He was awesome. I mean, to do this in your first freaking NBA game, look at this starting five. Embiid, 1 for 9 from the field in 20 minutes, had 6 boards, cannot jump. He cannot jump. And what is so weird is he looked okay, I thought, in the preseason, so much so that he then talked shit to the media about how they don't have, they're like, what do you mean? I'm not even a top 100 player anymore. I mean, maybe. But anyways, Dominic keep the bar low as he got the start. Oubre was out there. But the story was, dude, Maxey and Edgecombe combined for 74 of the 117 points last night. They went a combined 26 for 50 from the field. They hit 12 threes together. They also had 9 dimes, and then combined only had 3 turnovers. The Celtics front court might be what the Bucks front court was last season or 2 seasons ago, where they just got cooked. Cooked start to finish. And then for the Celtics, I mean, Jaylen Brown was questionable going into this game, but I thought he was fine. If he was not 100%, you won't roll him out. You don't roll him out there in game 1, right? And it was like, even though Tatum's not there, the Celtics were like, hey, we're still the same team. We're going to be up big in the fourth and then just absolutely blow the lead. Beat them. They 42 points in the fourth quarter, 42-30. JB was fine, 9 for 18 from the field. He had 25 points. I'm sorry, Jaylen Brown. You're going to take more than 18 shots, bro. You're going to take more than 18 shots. Whitehead, 25. Peyton Pritchard and Anthony Simons, 3 for 13 from 3. They combined for 29 points, but they did not. There was just no assists, man. As a team, they had 16 dimes. Kata, I actually thought looked okay. I thought Kata looked okay. But yeah, dude, the rookies are awesome. The rookies are awesome. So shut up, VJ Edgecombe. He was just incredible. Let's just stay on the rookie train. Let's stay on the rookie train. Let's go to Wemby versus Flag. I watched this one. I'll be honest, so I fell asleep in the fourth. Too much hero ball from Brown in the fourth, maybe a little bit, but I thought they were bad all over the place. Also, if you're just joining us too, don't worry. We're going to talk more about the Scary Terry and in Chauncey here in a little bit. We did like the first 30 minutes on that, so you can scrub back to it. Also at 10 o'clock, we'll get back to it once we get that announcement. Maybe we can watch it together. I don't know if that's allowed or not. Is Power Duster is going to Pritchard in crunch time part of the Celtics All-Star campaign? I mean, he has to be out there. He has to be out there anyways, just because they don't have anybody else. Hey, Wemby's awesome, guys. Wemby's really good. Go Blazers. What's up, Cruz? Wemby's great. There's your breaking news. Wemby, 40 points and 15 boards. I said this earlier. The pump fake on PJ Washington, where it was, and also PJ, how do you bite on that, bro? What are you gonna do? You gonna block that shot, PJ? Hits him with the pump fake, turn like one step reverse throwdown. I think the most shocking thing about the game is that Wemby only had 3 blocks. And also, listen. Is the stream tweaking out? Oh, we're back. We're back. Sorry. I just had the wheel of death over there. Not sure. Am I back, boys? Yeah, dude. FBI got him. FBI got him. Good Lord. I hope we're back. Let me know in the chat if we're back. I know. Sorry, dude. Yeah, just smoochies, smoochy smoochies. Hopefully I am back though. And if I'm not, please tell me. Okay, I'm back. I wonder how long I was frozen because I was looking at everything else. Anyways, dude, yeah, Cooper Flag's going to be fine. I think it's a lot to ask of a rookie in his first game to be like, hey, can you run this offense? Of a team that's supposed to win a lot of games? And the problem for Dallas is going to be scoring, and they only got 92 points last night. I've got to say, though, I thought Dallas was going to be like lights out defensively. And listen, there's 81 games left, so I'm not freaking out. But man, this team did not defend. Lively had 4 points. He played 10 minutes. Did Lively get hurt and I missed that? Or no, he was just fouling the F out of everybody. AD had a solid game, 22 for 13, 7 for 22 from the field. Our boy PJ was 17. The bench, though, is where it hurt him. Clay 1 for 5 from 3, by the way. The bench got 3, 9, 18, 21, 29 points. Ryan Nembhard played 16 minutes. Max Christie got a lot of run up there. I mean, whatever. I'm not freaking out one way or the other. I'm just saying I don't love this Dallas team. This only confirmed what I already believed. Dude, I watched a little bit of this game, Memphis and Pelicans. Both of these teams are going to be bad, but man, these are league pass heroes. Zion Williamson is awesome. 10 for 21 from the field. He had 27 points, 9 boards, 5 dimes, 5 steals, only 3 turnovers. That's something to pay attention to as he is doing a little bit more ball handling. Jordan Poole was out there. He got off to a hot start and then slowed way down. But our guy, Herb Jones was cooking, man. He was cooking. 17 points, 9 boards, 3 steals, and a block. You got no fears. Went 7 for 10 from the field. Another rookie performance. He was great. Abe Bay with 13 and 6. And then the rookie Coward, man. all these rookies be good. Coward had 14-3 with 3 stocks off the bench, but it was the Jaws show. Ja got up 20 shots, made 13 of them. He had 35. Triple J with 18-8. 6 blocks from Triple J. Yeah, no fears, man. No fears is out here cooking. No fears is out here cooking. But yeah, Fears and Coward, good dub for the Grizz. Let's keep going. Let's make fun of the Clippers here. Clippers went to Utah, and they did the same amount of work that our guy Kawhi Leonard did for aspiration, and that's nothing. They got outscored 43-19 in the first quarter. The Utah Jazz, baby. Kawhi finished the game a minus 25. He played 29 minutes. He had 10 points. Harden had 15 and 11. He made sure to get his in a loss. He got his double-double. Everybody sucked. Let's just talk about Utah, man. Lowry marketing. Who knows how long he's going to be in Utah, but he got 26 and 5. Walker Kessler Ranger out there cooking with 22 and 9. He also had 4 blocks and 2 steals. The Keontae George, 16 and 9. Let's talk about some rookies on this team, though, huh? Ace Bailey comes off the bench, only played 20 minutes because I think they're easing him in with his tendonitis. He did not look great. Walter Clayton Jr., though, in 18 minutes, he was a +3. He had 10, 6, and 5. Rookies forever. Clippers lose, and it's embarrassing. Clipper Nation said I had a rough evening last night watching that. Yeah, I mean, the good news is you just could shut it off after the first because you were like, or maybe watch some of the second, and then you see that the Jazz still beat the piss out of you in the second quarter. You're like, okay, we don't have to watch this anymore. How about Jan? Let's actually Detroit Bass, dude. We need to create a sad version of this. Clicked it. Let's. What the hell?
Detroit basketball. Detroit basketball.
Shout out Cade. Shout out Cade. Tough loss for Detroit. They did a similar thing of the Clippers in Utah, where they were like, let's see if we can just get our dicks kicked in the first quarter. They 35-19 in the first. And then Detroit slowly fought back. But yeah, just not a great game. Cade had 23 and 10. Asar Thompson almost a triple-double there, 11, 9, and 7. So that was fun. Duran with 15 and 6. Isaiah Beef Stew gave him 20 and 10 off the bench. And yeah, I saw where's Duncan Robinson? Where's that? Oh, dude, Power Duster gifting out memberships. You love to see it. He said, I'm a Clippers fan. You think I'm turning the games off when we're going to lose? I was built for this. Great comment. Matty Harrison said, Duncan Robinson nearly snelled it. Signed a big deal, but only $2 million is guaranteed next year and $0 guaranteed in year 3. You need Malik Beasley to be cleared so bad. And yeah, what did Ronnie Holland do? The Rook. Ronnie Holland, 6 for 10, 19 and 4. You love to see that. You love to see that. Yeah, they were missing Beasley. They need the shooting. They need the shooting bad. Duncan been stealing money and working on the tan for years. Shout out Duncan Robinson. What else do we have? What other games did I miss over on the East Coast? You want to talk about another rookie? How about Ryan Kalkbrenner? Kalkbrenner got the start. The Hornets beat the piss out of the tanking Brooklyn Nets. You know what, though? Shut up, Brooklyn. Because where Brooklyn at? Brooklyn was like, what if we tank immediately? Let's not mess around. Let's not mess around. The game 1 is honestly our Super Bowl because we're playing the Charlotte Hornets. We need to lose this shit immediately. And that's what they did. Hornets were awesome. Brandon Miller came out 7 for 10 from the line. He had 25. Bridges got going early, 18 and 11 in this one. Mr. Knips, 11 and 5 in his debut. Ryan Kalkbrenner with a double-double. Ryan Kalkbrenner with like a real DeAndre Ayton line there, 10 points and 11 boards. Honestly, the Lakers were like, what could we get that out of you, DeAndre? DeAndre, can you give us some Kalkbrenner? No, Hornets team's fun though. And like sneaky, okay, hold on, not sneaky deep, but they have Colin Sexton coming off the bench, Trey Mann coming off the bench, Musa Diabate gave him 13 and 9, so almost both of their centers had double doubles. That's something to monitor. Let's look at Brooklyn though, just to make fun of them. I'm sorry, Nick Claxton. Ooh, you won't get an entry pass. He had 17 points and 4 boards. You know what? Let's do the Michael Porter Jr. drop because he had 12 points. Again, I know we have some new people here because we're making fun of Scary Terry, but this is what happens sometimes on this show.
We're the Porters.
Yeah, it's a great point, DJ Local. There was a lot of rookies starting last night. Hornets threw 2 of them out there. Sarif got the start here. Sarif starting over Yegor, I was kind of surprised by. Maybe that's just because they're still working Yegor back. But anyways, MPJ had 12, Sarif had 8, 7, and 4. I mean, this team's gonna suck, man. This team's gonna suck. It's bad. It's bad. It's a bad team. They got too many rookies. It's gonna be ugly. Also, I just want you to know we lost like 15 live viewers in real time when I just played that video. And that's okay because it's important to keep the real ones here. You know what I'm saying? Keep the real ones here. Some of them are like, we should arrest that guy next. What else do we have as we wait for the top of the hour? Okay. All right. How about We the North? We the North. I was watching No Dunks yesterday, and I believe they jokingly, I don't know if we'll see a 10 if they did it for real, jokingly bet on a hot dog because I know our guys Skeets and Taco Trey were going to the game. And Skeets was, I think he said by 14. I forget the number he said, but he was like, I'm taking Raptors by 14 or something like that. They bet on it. The Raptors came out and beat the shit out of the Atlanta Hawks. Shout out Zach Lowe. This is crazy. This is crazy. And what I liked about this from Toronto, this is like what we talked about in the preseason. Their starting 5 is going to give it to them. And then they have one bench guy that you can trust, and that's Grady, big old Dick. And that's what happened. Ingram, 16-9 in this game, efficient 7 for 16. RJ Barrett, who I think everybody forgot how good RJ was last season, and a lot of that was due to injury, so he was getting more volume. Look at Art, 9 for 12 from the field, got to the line 5 times, 25, 8, and 5. Scotty Barnes, who the entire country of Canada was freaking out about, had 22, 9, and 6 in this game. Jakob Pertl power at 14 and 6. And then IQ, whatever, 13 and 8. That's fine. That's fine. And then off the bench, you had Grady Dick with 21, knocking down 2 threes, 6 for 10 from the field. Jamal Sheed had 10. Like, sleeping on Mamu. Hey, we're not sleeping on Mamu. We were drafting Mamu in best ball, baby. Confession. I forgot, too. Raptors only made 6 threes. That is something to monitor. I think this Toronto team is going to be honestly, both of these teams are going to be very fun to root for. There we go. Matic Otto with some update. Had his first dab of the day, a blueberry fresh press from 3 Blind Triches. There you go. Not a sponsor, not an ad read, but I'm just glad for the update. I think both of these teams are going to be pretty fun to watch. I think Atlanta, I thought we were going to see a little bit a more impressive defensive performance from these guys, and they couldn't do it, man. They couldn't do it. I thought, they were efficient. Dyson Daniels only took 4 shots. That probably needs to be more. Trey Young, 5 for 14. Zinger, 5 for 12. Reese Shea, 7 for 13. Jalen Johnson for 7 for 13. If you need some, new member, we got K Fortune Main in the chat. Let's go, Kevin. Jordan Santaga here too. You love to see it. I think for Atlanta, you want some glass half full stuff. I thought Noah Dalzell had a great report about Porzingis and what he was dealing with last season. Porzingis looked pretty healthy and was good in 26 minutes, man. 20 and 7. He was pretty good. Onyeka had 18 and 6. Just something to note. Onyeka out-minuted. Is that a word? Out-minute? Whatever. Played more minutes than Porzingis, but was a minus 19, but everybody was a minus. Anyways, good win for Toronto. Good win for Toronto. That's fun. Is the Raptors defense real? They could be tough in the East. I mean, it is funny to say they are real and they did give up 118 points, but I think Toronto is going to be tough. I think this range of Boston, Philly, Toronto, will be gracious and put Miami in there. Milwaukee, I think it's going to be pretty jumbled. And it might not be the best basketball in the world to watch, but it's going to be really fun to sweat it out because I think it is going to be close. If you told me the Raptors were a 4 seed or a 9 seed, I'd believe both of them. Dude, yeah, Forge, we just talked about him, man. Wemby looked incredible. Harper, Castle, all of it. I'll poke around over there in a second there, Patty. Appreciate that. Hey, real quick, too. I know we were doing some Splash Sports shit a little bit earlier. We got a bunch of contests we're running over there. So there's a link in the show notes, but we've got a little $5 contest tonight for the Nugget for the 2-game slate. We got a football contest over there, too. So go jump in those. All right, let's keep going. We're 8 minutes away maybe from the FBI giving us an update. Orlando Magic, it looked like Miami was going to steal one there. Look at how high scoring that first quarter was, 39-38. Eric Spoelstra is built different. because he finds a way, man. He finds a way just every single day to shit on Khalil Ware. All right. Just incredible stuff. He said, I had Khalil out for too long, and we trusted the group we had out there, the decision making and all those nuances. Khalil will get there. We'll continue to fast track him. I mean, like, dude, you're in charge of coaching, bro. You're in charge of coaching. I don't like, how does that not happen? Where last night played 14 minutes. 14 minutes. Jaime Jaquez played 30. Simon Fontecchio played 14. Drew Smith almost outplayed him. Wiggins was a minus 21 out there. He finished with 18 and 4. You had Jovic had 9 and 3. I mean, that's tough. Jovic was tough. Storm and Norman had 28 and 9 in this one. Bam had 15 and 12. Davion, honestly, I like Davion Mitchell, man. 16 and 12. 16 and 12. Yes, Spo, that's America's coach right there. Well, not if you're Khalil Ware. You're not going to be playing in the Olympics, sir. Let's talk about O-Town, Orlando, man. Paolo got off to a slow start and then finished with 24 and 11 in this. Franz carried them early on. I think he had like 20 of his 24 in like the first 15 minutes of the game. He had 24 and 6. Desmond Bain. Oh, is Bain going to be able to do anything? Yeah, he knocked down 3 threes. He had 23 in this one. Suggs, welcome back to NBA, baby. Bobby says free to Moose, free Moose. Shut up, Bobby, by the way. Suggs was great, man. Suggs, a defensive freak out there. Let's look at this bench rotation, though. This is what I was kind of intrigued by with Orlando. So they still don't have Mo Wagner back, but the minutes really came from Tyus Jones and Anthony Black, and then Goga Batadze played the backup 5. Tristan Da Silva had a solid game, too. This Orlando team's going to be good, man. This Orlando team's going to be good. I'm excited about it. I'm excited about this Orlando team. We've done all this stuff, and I don't think we've talked about Cleveland and New York yet, which is disrespectful, I think. New York without Josh Hart and Mitch Robb, but they still got the dub, 119-111. I thought they were going to blow this lead. They got off to a fast start. They were up 15 at halftime, and then Cleveland outscored them by 15 in the third quarter. Mobley, 22 and 8. It looks like he's so close to jumping. What's this about the Blazers coach being involved in the mafia? We are 5 minutes away from getting back to it, Bradley, because we're going to get an update from the FBI itself. But it seems like Chauncey was playing in some illegal poker games that were run by the mafia. So can you imagine Chauncey Billups just being in like season 9, episode 4 of The Sopranos? Just an observation, but it didn't seem like there were to be a lot of fouls and free throws last night. Game seemed slowed down. You thought it seemed slowed down even though there wasn't a lot of fouls, though? Yeah, Cash Patel joins us in 5. Donovan Mitchell did his thing, right? He scored 30 points in a loss. That's what he does. He had 31. But the Bing Bong Boys, without Josh Hart, without Mitch Robb, Cat looked okay. I got to tell you, though, the Karl Anthony Towns quotes were a little weird, don't you think? He's like, I still don't know what my role is on this team. Like, I don't know. Why is he in his feels already, man? Jalen Brunson had 23 and 5. Tyler Kolek gave him some good minutes. Deuce McBride, 15 off the bench. This is a great callback, which, by the way, we dropped a clip, full interview yesterday from our show yesterday. We dropped an interview yesterday from our live stream on Tuesday. That was like a really, really funny bit. So after we were done here, go check that out. It was very good. You know what? We haven't talked about that. We haven't talked about it yet. They're next up, Chicken Frog. Anyways, Knicks get a good W. Knicks play the Celtics on Friday. Also, I'm going on the real quick before we get back. Speaking of the Knicks and the Celtics, tonight at 7, I think, or 7:15. I'll put it in the Discord when I know for sure. I'm jumping on the New York Post's YouTube, the New York Post Sports YouTube channel, to talk about Celtics Knicks, previewing them with Brian Fonseca and company. So if you are a Knicks fan or a Celtics fan or a Zakarian fan, or maybe you're a New York Post fan, I don't know. But I'm going to be on that show tonight at 7 o'clock. So we're doing things over here, boys and girls. We're doing things. For our guy Chicken Frig, let's go do some Suns. I feel like we've almost covered all the games at this point, except for Giannis in this one. All right, so Suns looked good, man. They got outscored by 10 in the first, by 7 in the second, and then went wild. Outscored by 15 in the third, 6 in the fourth. For the Suns, let's see who's cooking for them. Dylan Brooks, baby. The newly found Dylan Brooks, 22 points. Oso Iguodala started at the 5 last night. So they went small ball out the gate. Ryan Dunn almost with a double-double, but it was the Book show. Book 10 for 19 from the field. Only three 3-point attempts. He had 31 and 5. Grayson Allen 18 and 7. For the dude, the Kings suck, man. The Kings just suck. Eubanks started at the 5. He played 22 minutes. DDR had 29 and 9. Levine had 30. Neat Clifford with the start. 2 points, 8 boards. He had 2. I like Neat Clifford's game. Dennis Schroeder played 14, but let's look at the bench minutes. Dario Saric, I'll take the L there, only played 7. Maxime Renault, the rookie, he played 11 minutes. Russ had 19. What did Russ do off the bench? Not too much off the bench. 6 points, 6 boards. And then Malik Monk, 19. Malik Monk didn't like 19 stuff, so that was good. That was good. You're a fan of the old men hoops? Yeah, speaking of old men hoops, we had the bye week in my 40 and over league. We're back, though. We're back next week, so we'll have some updates. We're 3-1 right now. 3-1. 3-1, and I've changed my game this year. I'm hitting 2-point shots, which I haven't done in my first year in the league. I only did 3. Mark Williams played well. I honestly missed the Mark Williams minutes. I know he was on a minute restriction there for the Suns. The Milwaukee Cucks. First, you know what? Before we do the Cucks, how about Keyshawn George, man? Is it too early to victory lap our Keyshawn George? Our Keyshawn George stake right here. 21 points and 9 boards, 4 dimes, 2 blocks, and a steal. He had like 40-plus fantasy points last night. Alex Sarr looked pretty mid. He had 10 and 11. Middleton had 23 points in 29 minutes. Off the bench, Trey Johnson, the rookie, he looked pretty good, 16 and 5. And then 14 from Scam Whitmore. Let's look at the Bucks, though. Giannis, midseason form, bro. How many minutes did he play? In 27 minutes. Giannis, 16 for 26 from the field, 37 points, 14 boards, all 5 starters in double figures. Miles Turner with the most Miles Turner line of all time, 11, 8, and 5 with 3 blocks. GTJ at 17, KPJ at 10. Kevin Porter Jr. got hurt, though. Something to monitor if you are out there in the guard world. Does that mean it's a Cole world? Cole Anthony. AJ Green had 11 for him. Bobby Lobby, only 2 points. That's weird. Kuz had 12 points in 23 minutes. How many minutes did Cole Anthony play? 12. Okay, so Ryan Rollins was out there, maybe for defensive purposes. But anyways, good dub for the Cucks. Tonight, only 2 games tonight, right? We only have 2 games. And it is, what do we have? We already did this. OKC in Indiana at 7:30 Eastern. And then at 10 Eastern, we have Denver and Golden State. I will be awake for that one because I'm excited to watch that game. Golden State looked fun in that first one, right? Jimmy Butler was out there doing stuff. I don't know if you guys saw this, but Jimmy Butler has an insane bet with Steph Curry that he's going to have a better free throw percentage than Steph this year. Steph, who I think leads the world all time in free throw shooting. So I don't know. Couple of things too before we get this update here from the FBI. That's what we're waiting for right now. Will I get demonetized if we just show the video? If we just show the video that's happening live? I don't know. Yeah, probably. But we'll still figure out. We'll figure out a way to do it. Any teams not play yet? Just the Pacers and the Nuggets. I think that's it. Though, what was I going to say? Shit. Oh, yeah. If it's your first time here, we do this show every day at 9 a.m., Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Eastern. If you're into the fantasy world, by the way, I think I've already shared this, but I'll do it again. We have an Elite Fantasy Sports channel where we do a bunch of stuff as well. So go hang out with that. Yeah, we get a lot of stuff going on. And if you're a Celtics fan, I got a Celtics Daily Show as well. Shouldn't if it's on YouTube and you're providing commentary occasionally. Yeah, I wonder if we can. Let's see. Should be everybody's saying it's fair use, so that's good. Let's see if we can. I'm assuming they're gonna stream this live, right? They gotta do it. Wow, hold on. Nez, I feel like I stole Nez's thing there. Let's shout out Nez. I'm gonna share that link in the chat. He also tweeted, "Is the Mafia having a moment?" That's huge. We did the Ryan Russillo thing. Is the Mafia having a moment? We love it. Does this news mean I need to break up my underdog poker community? As long as you're also not doing crime. I think as long as you're not doing crime, it's fine. All right, let's see. What's the FBI got going on? Does the FBI have a Twitter account? Yeah, they do, because they tweet out weird shit all the time. Let's see. Are we gonna have? They haven't tweeted though in 15 hours. Wow. So they only tweet about ICE stuff, I guess, huh? What's up? What else we got? Come on, let's find a link. Are they not live yet? Come on, bro. I need you to do this in a timely fashion. Here we go. Regulator in the chat said Rozier allegedly shared information about rosters for games and who would be on the bench with bettors. And officials said he also faked an injury 9 minutes into the game. Beautiful. Beautiful stuff. Jonte Porter grabbed his eye so Terry Rozier could do that. That's what we do. Let's see. What's like ABC News? What's ABC News got? I love somebody. There's a great tweet here by Coley Mick who said connecting some dots. And it's Rick Pitino with both Chauncey Billups and him. All right. I'm not finding it. This is all the new. Let's see. I'm scrolling on YouTube right now to see if I can see who's live. Somebody's got to have it. Show me the goss, babe. Show me the goss. Let me just Google. Let's Google Terry Rozier. See what we got. It's probably just showing me, baby. It's just showing me. All right. I don't see. Oh, wait. Here we go. All right. Hold on. Let's see. Hold on. It's just starting now. Let's see if I get in trouble.
I think they don't have the audio on this feed. Oh, I have the audio on the other feed.
Oh, wow. So
First and welcome.
this is Inception.
That's U.S. Attorney Joseph Nocella. Then FBI Director Kash Patel.
How does he have that? Is he on playback?
He will then turn the podium over back to U.S. Attorney Nocella, who will go over a detailed summary of
Can you guys hear
both
it?
indictments.
Oh, you got me on Discord. Is there a better one? Hold on, let me
US
see.
Attorney Nocella. It will be
Let's see if we can
FBI
get. Okay, this
Assistant
one's
Director in
probably
charge,
better.
Christopher Raya, R-A-I-A.
Hold on one
He's
second, guys.
In charge of the FBI.
Yeah, this is definitely going to be better. Thank you, Magi Carp, for getting this. Hopefully, this is like you guys enjoy this shit. So hopefully, all right, where is it? Here we go. Oh no, it's frozen. Or did I freeze?
Commissioner
there we go.
Jessica Tisch will.
Oh, come on, bro. Come on. They're freaking out. Honestly, it's good to see somebody else have shitty internet, not just me. You know what I'm saying? Normally it's me with the shitty internet. And then you guys are making fun of me being like, you're frozen. Hold on. Let's maybe a hard refresh. See if that helps.
Commissioner
There we go.
Jessica Tisch will.
Oh my God, bro. Is it freezing at the same spot? All right. Somebody else DM me a link, baby. Keep the links coming. Let's see if I can find it on Twitter too. Let's see if we can find it on Twitter here. Because that would work. Twitter would work. Let's see. Nobody's live. Nobody. You know why? That's because nobody uses X anymore. Because it's just porn. That's why. Somebody's got to be streaming this though. Yeah, he does. That guy does look tired. I got to go back to what was the other link that I had there? Let's go back. Let's go back to. Let's go to home. Let's see if we can find another one here. Did anybody else send me? Oh wait, Magi Carp might have sent me another one. Here we get another one. Fox. We're going to Fox 32 Chicago. We're going live to Fox 32 Chicago. This one? Yep.
Terry Rozier. They're going to appear in federal courts in the districts where they were arrested. Terry Rozier will be appearing in federal court in Orlando, Florida.
Wow.
Sometime this afternoon. I can't tell you precisely, but sometime around 1 or 2 o'clock.
Okay.
Chauncey Billups in federal court in Portland. I don't know approximately what time that would be. They will both be arraigned on their indictments. They're in separate indictments, but they'll be arraigned on their indictments here in Brooklyn at a future date.
Wow.
The defendants that were arrested here in our area will be arraigned across the street sometime this afternoon. I believe there's about 31 people in custody.
31.
And there will be some who will self-surrender. So that's where things stand right now. Okay, so I'm going to go get the speakers, and we'll start in a couple of minutes, okay? Anybody have any questions?
31.
It's John, John.
John.
Marzulli.
Johnny Mazzulli.
Marzulli, at usdoj.gov.
Guys, you can email him.
Okay.
We got an email. Everybody get on the keys. See if they'll refund your parlays. We got an email. Wow. All right. Let's mute this here for the time being until they come back. And then once they come back live, that's good. 31 by Rob Zombie. Good movie. Yeah. Wow. 31 is so many. Yeah. Well, good morning, Mike Weisberg. Yeah. We reported that. We reported live. You just sent him your info. You want to send an email in real time, regulator? Is that what you're saying? We should send an email in real time? Wow. Man, this is wild stuff today. The Chauncey one's got me shook. And again, can't stress this enough. Gilbert Arenas. Can we get this confirmed? Gilbert Arenas the snitch? I think we gotta get confirmation on this. Gilbert, after being arrested in July for illegal poker games in the underground world, along with the mafia related, then comes out and said there's nothing wrong with snitching. You fast forward a couple of months. Scary Terry Rozier, Chauncey Billups, both arrested with underground-related stuff. I don't know. Makes you wonder. It makes you wonder. And this sense, sponsored by Underdog. By the way, sponsored by Underdog. Make sure you check out Gil's Arena with Shit Bayless. Unbelievable. Yeah, we do need Cornelius Baxter weighing in on this. All right. Well, do we have somebody? No, is he just seeing what it looks like? Are they framing the photo right now? How many people with money could they take down if they actually invested illegal poker games? Oh, I mean, so many, dude. I mean, like, what was that Jessica Chastain movie that was like based on all that stuff? What's his name? Not Topher Grace. What's the guy? Tobey Maguire, big poker player. Ben Affleck played. He used to get in those guards. No, dude, that's the thing, regulator. We haven't heard of anything about Gilbert Arenas since he was released. Does Terry still count against the cap? Yeah, that's what I was bringing up earlier. Like, did the Miami Heat get away with this again? Either way, I feel like that's probably not addressed for a while, I would think. Molly's game. Thank you. Breaking: rich millionaire NBA players figure out a quick way not to be millionaires. I know, seriously. Yeah, I agree with this too, Power Duster. I mean, I agree with this too. I do think that the mafia angle is part of the reason this has become like the deal that it has, I do think that's part of it. I think if it was just straight up rich people doing underground poker stuff, being like, hey, let's play here instead of the Aria, I feel like that's less of a. I mean, who am I? Who am I to say what's right and what's wrong, except for Mike Zakarian? But yeah, they're just 1 degree. I totally agree. So Malik Beasley is toast, right? I think they said 31. We haven't gotten an update on the on Malik Beasley yet. Pablo was saying that he expected to hear something about, or he said that Malik Beasley is very interested in this. So I don't know if he turns himself in or not. But Pablo did break this all down. So I don't know. I don't know. We'll have to see. But I imagine we hear about that at some point. You mean rich white people? I mean, sure. Although, isn't the mafia well, I guess there's all sorts of mafia. I don't mean just rich white people though. I don't. I really do think the mafia. I mean, I'm not saying that people of color aren't under a bigger magnifying glass when it comes to this shit. That is not what I'm saying. But I do think that the underground nature of it, the mafia aspect of it, is part of it. That podium is, we get a lot of podium here. What if the Chicago governor, just like making millions sports gambling. I want to know, I thought Peter Overzet and Brick covered this really well. Okay, hold on. Are we getting to this guy? This guy looks like is that Paul Giamatti? I don't know. All right, here. Right? That's Star Wars, right? Is that some virgin shit for you guys? All right, here we go. Let's put the audio back on as look at you fucking dorks. Seriously. Honestly, you know what? I'm back on Power Duster's side. Bunch of white dudes. All right, here we go. Let's get this volume on. There we go. Why do they got to stand like that, too? We don't need you all there. We don't need you all there.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
My name is Joseph Nocella. I am the United States Attorney for the Eastern District of New York.
Okay, shut on.
I'd like to welcome you here today. In addition, we have with us today FBI Director Kash Patel, FBI Assistant Director in Charge Christopher Rea of the New York Field Office, Special Agent in Charge of the New York Field Office,
Great
Leslie Bakshies, New York Special Agent in Charge of Homeland Security, Ricky Patel, Newark Special Agent in Charge of Homeland Security, Michael McCarty.
Shout out Newark.
Police Commissioner Jessica Tisch, Chief of Detectives Joseph Kenny,
That's true. That's true.
and the Executive Director of the Waterfront Commission, Phoebe Sorrell. I'm now going to turn the podium over to FBI Director Kash Patel.
All right, this will be good, I'm sure.
Good morning. Today we are here in New York to announce a historic arrest across a wide-sweeping criminal enterprise that envelops both the NBA and La Casa Nostra.
La Casa
The men and women
Nostra!
up here standing with me represent a small portion of the leadership team that brought profound justice in an era that needed it more than any.
Profound justice.
I'll just highlight some of the details in the case and the FBI work, and then you'll hear from the others. But as you now know, individuals such as Chauncey Billups, Damon Jones, and Terry Rozier were taken into custody today.
There you go,
Former,
Malik.
current NBA players and coaches. What you don't know is that this is an illegal gambling operation and sports rigging operation that spanned the course of years. The FBI led a coordinated takedown across 11 states to arrest over 30 individuals today responsible for this case, which is very much ongoing.
Holy
Not
crap.
only did we crack into the fraud that these perpetrators committed on the grand stage of the NBA, but we also entered and executed a system of justice against La Casa Nostra to include the Bonanno, Gambino, Genovese, and Lucchese crime families.
How many
And you'll
times
hear
you
more
practiced
about those
pronunciation?
details today. The charges and the arrests that were taken down across this country range from wire fraud, money laundering, extortion, robbery, illegal gambling.
Wow.
This FBI will leave no room for any perpetrator of crime across this country.
I don't
You
believe
hear a
you.
lot about our work of defending the homeland and crushing violent crime. Well, this work is also representative of a colossal portion of the FBI's mandate to keep America safe and to keep our entertainment industry fair and secure. The men and women that are standing up here today worked tireless hours, days, months, and years. And the fraud is mind-boggling. It's not hundreds of dollars. It's not thousands of dollars. It's not tens of thousands of dollars. It's not even millions of dollars.
Okay, just say the
We're
fucking
talking
one.
about tens of millions of dollars in fraud,
You
and
dork.
theft, and robbery
Wait,
across a multi-year investigation.
that's hilarious.
And we could not have done it without our interagency partners that are before us today. The NYPD, HSI, and teams of law enforcement officials from around the country made this day possible. It takes a team to bring this kind of justice, sweeping justice, into the halls of the United States courtrooms, where our brave United States attorney has led this prosecution. It takes courageous prosecutors
Okay.
to stand before you and say, we will not allow this kind of illicit activity
What, guys?
to happen.
What are we doing?
Not only
We're just blowing
at the
people?
national sporting level,
Ugh.
but also where it hides in La Casa Nostra. And when these two collided
Casa Nostra
together,
is crazy.
They perpetrated a fraud that is historic in terms of not just money, but the scheme and the deceit
The
that they
scheme.
utilized.
Tell me
to
what the
steal
scheme was,
and
bro.
swindle people for money, to include crypto fraud.
Crypto!
This is an operation that showcases to you that under
Solana.
President Trump's administration, there is no room for any type of criminal behavior, be it on the world's largest stage or in the back rooms of tiny parlors where board games are being played. We are proud to stand here today with the men and women of the FBI
Yeah.
and this legal team.
There we go.
And to the United States Attorney, I just want to thank you personally for taking the time to display the work
Wow.
that the media is about to hear about today in detail. As I said, it does take courageous prosecutors, but it takes a courageous United States Attorney to bring this case because we are going to take heat for it. But we don't shy away in this administration. We don't
Okay,
say no.
guys,
What we do is
all
we
right.
bring the results across the
This is
finish
the
line.
glazing.
We bring
Just-
them to the public. We bring you accountability. And yes, they will have their day in court, and you will hear the evidence through the court system
Yeah, this-
exclusively.
dude, this feels like
will
we're- are we
not
watching
deny
Blue
anyone
Bloods
a due
right now?
process. And that's the brilliance of this system. That's the brilliance of this administration. Everyone will be held to account. So with that, I turn it over to United States Attorney Nosella. Thank you.
Okay, let's get the attorney up here. Let's go.
Thank you, Director Patel. To be clear, we're announcing today indictments in two major cases,
Okay.
both involving fraud. One involves sports betting,
Yeah.
and the other involves illegal gambling, very specifically rigged poker games.
Okay.
The
Rigged
first
poker
indictment
games.
involves 6 defendants who
So
are
wait,
alleged
Chauncey
to
was
have
playing in rigged
participated
games?
one of the most brazen sports corruption schemes since online
I thought it was
sports betting
just like
became widely
illegal
legalized
poker
in the
games. This
United
shit was
States.
rigged?
This scheme is an insider sports betting conspiracy that exploited confidential information
he losing
about
money?
National Basketball Association athletes and teams.
Yo.
The second indictment involves 31 defendants
This
alleged
is
to have
wild.
participated in a nationwide scheme to rig illegal poker games. These defendants, which include former professional athletes, used high-tech cheating technology
Like what?
to steal millions of dollars from victims in underground poker games that were secretly fixed. The games in the New York area were backed by
I
the
agree with
Bonanno,
this. I agree with this.
Gambino, and Genovese crime families of La Cosa Nostra.
Chauncey got mentioned in the
While the
same sentence
cases
as
are
Gambino.
separate, there are 3 overlapping defendants charged in both cases: Damon Jones, Eric Ernest, and Shane Hennon.
Wait, Damon Jones! Like
The
that
indictments in
both-
these cases contain only allegations, and the defendants are presumed innocent until they are proven guilty in a court of law.
Yo.
But my message to the defendants who've been rounded up today is this: your winning streak has ended.
Oh my God.
Your
Guys,
luck has run out.
can we stop this
Violating
shit?
the law
You
is
chat
a losing
GPT joke writing
proposition,
bitches?
and
Seriously?
You can bet on that.
Oh yeah. Oh, you can bet
First,
on it.
I
What
would
are we
like
doing?
to talk about United States versus Ernest, the NBA basketball gambling case. The defendants in this case are Eric Ernest, Marvez Farley, Shane Hennon, De Niro Laster, Damon Jones, a former NBA player and coach,
Dude.
and Terry Rozier, a current NBA player.
Oh, interesting.
Other
pronunciation.
co-conspirators were previously charged for their roles in the
Rozier.
scheme, including former NBA player Jonte Porter.
Shout out John Tay.
Between December 2022 and March 2024, these defendants perpetrated a scheme to defraud by betting on inside, non-public information about NBA athletes and teams.
I mean, we all knew John Tay Porter's
The
son.
non-public information included when specific players would be sitting out future games, or when they would pull themselves out early for purported injuries or illnesses. They relied on corrupt individuals, including Jones and Rozier. They also misused information obtained through long-standing friendships that they had with NBA players and coaches. And in at least one instance, they got their information by threatening a current player,
What?
Porter, because of his pre-existing gambling debts.
Whoa.
Defendants used this non-public information to
you guys
place
hear
hundreds
that?
of thousands of dollars in fraudulent bets, mostly in the form of prop bets
They
on
threatened
individual
Porter?
player performance. The bets were placed through online sports books and also in person at casinos.
Wow.
The defendants relied on a network of straw bettors to place the maximum amount of bets to increase their potential profits. Most of these bets succeeded, and the intended losses were in the millions of dollars.
Wow.
The
Porter.
defendants then laundered their illegal winnings in various ways: peer-to-peer platforms, bank wires, and simple cash exchanges.
I thought they said the name Porter when they talked about the
The
black
indictment details specific examples where the defendants profited from illegal gambling and illegal betting on various NBA games about the performance of players on, among other things, the Charlotte Hornets, the Portland Trail Blazers, the Los Angeles Lakers, and the Toronto Rangers.
The Rangers?
Each defendant in
Who
the
the fuck are the
NBA
Toronto
basketball
Rangers?
gambling case has been charged with conspiracy to
Toronto
commit
Rangers,
wire
take
fraud
that L.
and
Hold that L,
conspiracy
bro.
to commit
Toronto
money laundering.
Rangers. The Raptors get no
Now,
love.
I would like to turn to the other case, United States versus Aiello, the rigged poker game case. Beginning as early as 2019, the defendants in this case orchestrated a scheme to use wireless cheating technology to run rigged poker games across the United States, including in the Hamptons, Las Vegas, Miami, and Manhattan. The scheme targeted victims known as, quote, fish, who were often lured to participate in these rigged games by the chance to play alongside former professional athletes who were known as, quote, face cards. The so-called face cards included the defendant, Chauncey Billups, who at the time of the scheme was a former NBA player and is currently the head coach of the Portland Trail Blazers, and also Damon Jones, a former NBA player and coach.
What the hell, man?
What the victims, the fish, didn't know
Seriously.
is that everybody else at the poker game, from the dealer to the players, including the face cards, were in on the scam.
Wow.
Once the game was underway,
But they were in on
the
it.
defendants fleeced the victims out of tens or hundreds of thousands of dollars per game. The defendants used a variety of very sophisticated cheating technologies, some of which were provided by other defendants in exchange for a share of the profits from the scheme. For example,
Wow.
they used off-the-shelf shuffling machines that had been secretly altered in order to read the cards in the deck, predict which player at the table had the best poker hand,
Yeah, dude, Gil is cooked,
and
man.
relay that information to an off-site operator. The off-site operator sent the information via cell phone back to a co-conspirator at the table, and that person at the table was known as the quarterback. The quarterback then signaled secretly the information he had received from others to others at the table, and together they used that information in order to win their games and to cheat the victims. Defendants used other cheating technologies such as poker chip tray analyzers, which is a poker chip tray that secretly reads cards
This is crazy.
using a hidden camera, special contact lenses or eyeglasses that could read pre-marked cards, and an X-ray table that could read cards face down on the table. What you see depicted on the screen right now is an example of the X-ray
Nice,
table
nice,
that,
Kevin.
reveals the cards. Although they are face down on the table, they can be read because of the X-ray technology.
There's something hilarious about
The
this guy
mafia,
explaining it.
specifically members and associates of the Bonanno, Gambino, and Genovese organized crime families, had pre-existing control over non-rigged, illegal poker games around New York City.
See,
As
this
a result, they also became involved in the rigged poker games, helping to organize the games and taking a cut of the proceedings, and working to enforce the collection of debts. The defendants laundered their proceeds, including through cash exchanges, the use of multiple shell companies, and through cryptocurrency transfers. As part of the scheme, some of the defendants and their co-conspirators also committed acts of violence, including the gunpoint robbery of a person in order to obtain a rigged shuffling machine, and extortions that were perpetrated against victims in order to ensure that they repaid their gambling debts.
I need to know how they got involved.
Defendants who participated
Like
in the rigged
Chauncey
poker
and Damon.
scheme are charged with wire fraud conspiracy. Other defendants have been charged with crimes including illegal gambling, money laundering, Hobbs Act robbery, and extortions.
I mean, is
This
Chauncey
case
like going to
demonstrates
jail?
our office's unrelenting commitment to fighting the scourge of organized crime in whatever form it takes.
Wild.
I'd like to conclude my remarks by thanking the incredible hard work
Oh, God.
of our law enforcement partners,
Yeah, God.
including the FBI, Homeland Security, the NYPD, and the Waterfront Commission.
The waterfront.
I also
Commission.
want to thank the dedicated prosecutors who built these two cases and who are standing to my right. Benjamin Weintraub, David
Shout out
Berman,
Benjamin Weintraub.
Caitlin Farrell, Michael Gibaldi, Irisa Chen, and Sean Sherman.
And Sean.
They had the assistance of paralegal specialists, Liam
so
McNett,
funny. Everybody
John
gets their
Schneider,
full government name. And then my boy
Marlene,
Sean, my cousin
Boswell.
Sean in the corner. He did a real good
also
job with this
deserving
shit.
of our thanks because of their outstanding
Hey,
investigative
honestly,
work on
without
the NBA
Sean, we're not
case.
doing any of this.
Our FBI special agents, Russell Lantier, Dominic Mariani, Amy Giarosa, Shane Wilkins, and supervisory special agent Luke Hardison.
Yeah.
On the rigged poker game scheme,
You don't need
outstanding work was performed by FBI special agents Thomas Cribbin,
Sean.
Jeff Boriola, Jonathan Corona, Alexander Silverman, Amy Campanaro.
I mean, I honestly
and
don't know
supervisory
shit. But like,
special
are they
agent
going to?
Michael Malahy,
This feels like jail.
as
Like
well
this feels
as
bad, man.
NYPD task
They just
officer
do like Rico
James
shit out of
McCullough,
them, basically.
and from Homeland Security, Supervisory Special Agent Charles Freund, and from the Waterfront Commission, Detective Paul Shimborski. Finally, I want to note that the investigations in both cases are ongoing, and we encourage anyone with information
Bobby Marks
about either
records.
scheme to please contact the FBI.
Wow.
Now I would like to turn the podium over to Special Agent in charge of the New York Field Office, I should say the Assistant Director in charge of the New York Field Office of the FBI, Christopher Rea. Chris?
Man.
All right, thank you, Joe.
Thank you,
As
Joe.
always, we
And
appreciate
Sean.
the partners here. Can't do any of this without you and your team.
We got a weird volume
Just wanna
thing. I thought I
publicly
just had a
thank the
seizure.
director for coming down from DC. The director's a very busy person.
Oh
and
my
for him
God.
to come down.
Yeah, the
should,
director's very busy,
should tell
just
you the
arresting
importance of
Americans
this
in
historic
cities.
Case. I'm Christopher Rea, the Assistant Director in charge of the FBI New York Field Office. Today, as you've heard, our office conducted a massive nationwide takedown from 2 indictments of 34 defendants.
I know this is like
for their
really
alleged
like
involvement
you can
in
gamble, but
separate
just
legal
only
poker
we just
and
need to make
sports
sure we're getting
betting
taxes.
schemes
We actually
where,
don't
as you
care about the
heard,
addictive
the
nature
odds
of it,
were rigged in their
or like
favor.
how financially responsible you're being.
Among these defendants are 13 members and associates
Wow.
of the Bonanno, Gambino, and Genovese.
They love saying
crime
these names.
families, to include capos and soldiers from these families. Additionally, as you heard, current and former NBA coaches
All right, Mike
and players
Vorkunov. Sorry,
are
I'm going to talk
also
over them. I hope that's not annoying.
to include
Weisberg
Chauncey
just sent me
Billups,
this. Staff
Damon
writer for an
Jones,
NBA and basketball business writer said the indictment said
Rozier.
one unnamed co-conspirator told a co-defendant
named
Eric Ernest that the
defendants are
Blazers were
charged for their
tanking
alleged
ahead of a
roles
March
in
24th,
both
2023
schemes.
game, and that a certain
This
player would
alleged
sit out.
illegal
Ernest then
gambling
shared that
operation
information
hustled
with
unwitting
Marv's family,
victims
who shared
out
it
of
further and bet on
tens
it.
of millions
Unnamed
of dollars and
co-conspirator.
created a
Wow.
financial pipeline
Although
for the
I
Cosa
probably could have told
Nostra
you the Blazers
to
were
help
tanking,
fund
bro.
and facilitate
I could have told you
their
that.
organized criminal activity. Victims
Wow.
were attracted to play alongside well-known professional athletes and coaches like Chauncey Billups.
What was the
only
date?
be
That it was
unknowingly
2023,
deceived
right? I
through
think that's what it
rigged
said. It was
shuffling machines,
maybe Weisberg's got more on it in the
fixing
chat, but it
odds in
was
their favor,
March 24th,
as alleged,
2023.
and as you
March
just heard
24th,
from the U.S.
2023.
Attorney's Office. This alleged scheme.
How does this affect
wreaked
Shohei
havoc
Ohtani in the
across
World
the
Series?
nation,
Anybody thinking about
exploiting
that?
The notoriety of some and the wallets of many.
All
to
right, let me.
fund the Italian crime.
What's it?
family
March?
here
What did I
in
say it
New
was?
York.
March 24th, 2023.
Let me be clear about this fact.
Let me be clear.
The FBI has not and will never take their eye off the ball when it comes to Italian organized crime in the city, specifically the LCN.
Holy
and
shit.
The 5 families here in New York. We are not going to permit any criminal.
I love
whether
the way you
it be
said
Italian
Italian was
organized
uncomfortable.
crime,
Yeah,
Asian
okay. Bulls
organized
won this
crime,
game,
Eurasian
124,
organized crime. We are not
196.
gonna permit any of
That
those
game,
organized
124,
crimes,
196.
families, and organizations to
Blazers,
operate in
a
our
lot of
city
trend in Watford, a
or our
lot of
country,
Matisse
as
Thybulle, Watford,
evidenced by
Eubanks,
the 11
Ryan
states that were also
Archidiakano.
participating
Oh,
in this
wait, hold on,
operation
Ryan
today.
Archidiakano,
The
whatever. Is he
FBI
Italian?
office
Is he
here in New
Italian?
York remains committed to
Maybe
eradicating
the shade is
all
sharp.
unlawful revenue streams fueling
Wow.
this criminal activity.
124 to
As with
96.
most cases we've worked, this is only the tip of the iceberg for the FBI and the U.S. Attorney's Office.
Wow.
Our LCN squad agents and analysts are continuing to work
It makes sense.
day and
La
night
Cosa Nostra
with the
goes by
Eastern District of
LCN,
New
but I
York
didn't see that
to
coming.
ensure members and associates of the 5 families cannot continue
Wow.
to wreak havoc in our
Wild
communities.
stuff, man.
Today would not have been possible without the tireless efforts and dedication.
How much
of the
money did you
FBI
lose,
New
Mike, when
York
they were talking
Regional
about playing with the
Organized
fish? I'm
Crime
assuming it
Task
was you.
Force,
How dare you,
which,
dude?
as you heard,
How
was
dare
led by
you?
Supervisory Special Agent
I know. We
Lou
should have known.
Carson
We should have known. It's because they were
and
playing the Bulls. The
Italian
Bulls are always
Organized
like kind of like
Task
this.
Force, which was led by Supervisory Special
Man,
Agent
DMs are gonna be
Mike
popping
Millay.
today. This is
Coincidentally,
what a wild ass day,
Supervisory
man.
Special Agent Millay is going out on a positive.
I guess
as
I
he's
feel like we still
retiring
need to
at the
keep
end of this month
watching this,
for
even
30
though
years of dedicated service to the FBI. and
even
that
though it's
deserves a
just
hand.
oh, well, we're clapping. Yeah, yeah.
He's what we call a legend here at FBI New York.
Thanks for doing your fucking job.
Additionally, obviously we
Is
cannot
that
do
Jeff
this alone
Passan, the
without
guy who
partners.
reports
I
on the
wanna extend my
MLB?
appreciation
Doesn't it look
to
like
Homeland
Jeff?
Security Investigation Special Agent in charge.
That's a lot of
Ricky
gel.
Patel.
People
Of
still
course, we
using
do
gel in
nothing this
2025?
city without the NYPD. New York City Police Department Commissioner Jesse Tisch.
Wow.
Thank you, ma'am, for all your work and all your resources that you dedicated to this.
Man,
And
all
New
right. I
York
think I don't think
Waterfront
we need to watch this
Commissioner
anymore.
Phoebe Soriel for their
I
agency's
don't think we need
assistance
to watch
and
this
support
anymore, right?
throughout this
I think we got it.
lengthy
All right, let's go. Let's just pop around. I've been seeing some good tweets. Weisberg just sent another one here from Pablo Torre finds out. That's got a statement from Terry Rozier's lawyer, it looks like. So this is a statement from Terry's lawyer. We have represented Terry for over a year. A long time ago, we reached out to these prosecutors to tell them we should have an open line of communication. They characterized Terry as a subject, not a target. But at 6 a.m. this morning, they called to tell me FBI agents were trying to arrest him in a hotel. It is unfortunate that instead of allowing him to self-surrender, which they just said so many people self-surrendered, instead of allowing him to self-surrender, they opted for a photo op. They wanted the misplaced glory of embarrassing a professional athlete with a perp walk. That tells you a lot about the motivations in this case. They appear to be taking the words of spectacularly incredible sources credible sources rather than relying on actual evidence of wrongdoing. Terry was cleared by the NBA. And these prosecutors revived that non-case. Terry is not a gambler, but he is not afraid of a fight and looks forward to winning this fight. Again, that was his attorney. Yeah, man. I mean, listen, you could just, based on how they were talking in that press conference, that's what they were doing. Yeah, absolutely. That's what they were doing. I mean, even the way that they were like, you bet we are not going to roll 00 twice when going against the house. Like, that's the stupid shit that they were saying, right? Man, what a morning, dude. What a morning. Well, I'm sure this is going to be the end of it. Curious how, like, the NBA actually responds. I'm sure it'll be just bullshit, but man, crazy. Yeah, I'm interested in knowing who the self-surrendering was. So it was just Chauncey. Chauncey was arrested. Damon, I'm assuming. Yeah, just crazy, man. What a day. I think we wrapped there, right? I think we went for a hard 90 minutes. We got a bunch of new people hanging out here today. No, I think it was Gilbert Arenas, my man. Well, maybe Beasley too. But I'm sure we're gonna get more of this. Appreciate everybody. Yeah, the Damon Jones LeBron. I'm sure we'll have more of this on this tomorrow too. Just a couple of programming things, right? If it's your first time here, thanks for hanging out. Appreciate all the new subs that we got today. We're live every day at 9 a.m. Eastern. Shared a link to the Elite Fantasy Sports channel. We're gonna be live over there at 3 p.m. today. Got a lot of fun shit cooking. And you're right, we got to be careful. We can't talk about this too much. I can't talk about this too much. I don't want the mafia or LeBron's mafia to show up, you know? They only went after the mafia because they had prominent NBA figures to leverage. I mean, maybe, but they also were screaming La Cosa Nostra. Yeah, the black SUVs, man. The black SUVs. Here comes Clutch. All right, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your day. We'll be back here tomorrow at 9. We got 2 basketball games tonight. And then we'll be back tomorrow to get you ready for the weekend. Oh, and just a reminder, yeah, we're going to be live on Nick's Weekly Live tonight at 7:15 on the New York Got Game show, not game, show over on the New York Post Sports YouTube channel. So go check that out. Hope you guys have a good one. Stay out the cuffs.